Hello, my name is Julissa Munoz Manje, and for my final project, I am going to be talking about the eruption of Toba. I first want to talk about when it happened, where it happened, and what happened at the event. And it started in around 71,000 to 75,000 years ago in the middle of the Paleolithic period, where we didn't have much electronic wise or like any heat systems unless it was fire, and we only had rocks, and that's pretty much it. And it happened in the Beresian Mountains in Indonesia. A lot of volcanic scientists say that this is the largest eruption that happened in all humankind. Now we want to see how did it affect the environment in Indonesia. And it produced around 2,800 kilometers of magma, which also contains sulfuric acid and sulfur dioxide into the atmosphere, which caused the temperature to drop at least 10 degrees Celsius for a couple of thousands of years, which was like an endless winter for the people in that environment. And it caused a lot of humans to have to find new ways to adapt to this environment. It also caused the sunlight to reflect on the aerosol layer into the stratosphere, and that makes it go on for many, many years more. So all of this chaos in this environment caused a whole bunch of people to migrate to Asia, and this affects their extinction for most of humankind. And this ties into what is the bottleneck theory and how does the youngest Toba eruption link to this. And this starts by the definition of it, which is a dramatic drop in results of a huge loss of genetic diversity in multiple people and in animals and in plants. And the reason why it's linked to the Toba eruption is because it was a big global eruption that affects the ecological disaster and brought a severe drought into tropical rainforests and resulted in a huge reduction in the size of human population because of the eruption. And here is a example for you to see that is what happens towards the bottleneck event and how it drops the human population and how it had to recover very greatly. As we go to our next slide, how did it affect the people? Well, they had to migrate to India when the eruption happened. People started to go in small groups where some people got lost and some people just did not make it with that travel. And there were stones that were found in northern India that are like this, that are in the early years of when the eruption happened, and how people continue to live there after the eruption. It took about 200,000 years to reach the first billion of people. So when you see this drop, this took at least 200,000 years. But luckily, from the African tropical homes, it helped buffer against the volcanic effects in winter, and it helped prevent a bigger loss and declining of the human population in other areas.